Porsha Williams interview. I didn't call ICE on Simon. Porsha Williams interview. I didn't call ICE on Simon. Now let's talk about this Breakfast Club interview that Porsha just did. Now we all know for the last 2 weeks, the rumor has been that Porsha called ICE on Simon. But she had the nerve to reject that rumor on the Breakfast Club. Now, before I show you guys the clip, let's do a little background for those of you that have forgotten where we are and how we got to this point. Now, I personally talked to an insider, and I think you guys know who that is. This person told me, beyond a reasonable doubt, Porsha called ICE on Simon. Then they proceed on telling me exactly why she did it. Y'all see this house right here? This was a big reason of why she did what she did. This beautiful $7 million home in which she still lives in this house. She lives in the house and Simon pays the mortgage on the house. Now, the judge is temporarily allowing her to stay in the house because the house was bought during the marriage. So it's marital property. This is the only reason she was granted a motion to temporarily stay in this house. However, Georgia is not a 50-50 state like California. In California, you automatically get half of whatever he's worth, and that includes the house. However, in Georgia, it's a whole different game. You only get a small percentage of whatever you put into. So let's say that they brought this home and Porsha gave 20% of her proceeds and Simon gave the rest, the 80%. Well, then Porsha would get a small percentage of that because she put in 20%. But if you didn't put shit down, most likely you ain't getting shit. Georgia goes by whatever was said in the prenup. Now, most people are saying that she's going to get everything now that he's been deported because he's not going to show up in court. Not true. He could still go to court via Zoom or whatever it's called, on the TV screen. He can still go to court that way. He can also still run his businesses from a different country. And deportation is not going to strip him of his property rights or any assets for that matter. I'm being told the only way that Porsha can keep that house is if she can prove that Simon acquired this property using fraudulent funds. That's right. So if she said his businesses are frauds, okay, they're just storefronts for fraud, scams, and schemes, and he brought money from these frauds, scams, and schemes. And not only are his businesses a scam, Your Honor, he got kicked out the country for fraudulent schemes. That's right, Your Honor. Simon's been scamming everybody, the government, and most importantly, me. This is what I'm told people is about to go down. So Porsha had to clear up these rumors of everybody saying it was her ass. So she went on the Breakfast Club this morning to clear her name. She can't have everybody saying that she was the one that called ICE. Now listen to a clip of this interview and you tell me, can we replace the word peculiar for fraud? Okay, take a listen.
You call ICE on Simon.
No, it doesn't benefit me at all for him to be locked up. Mentally and financially, it doesn't benefit me. Just because you're going through a divorce doesn't mean you hate someone. I hate actions. I hate lies. I hate a lot of characteristics, but I love the person, and I would never wish harm on anybody. And at the end of the day, I know that he's the type of person, he's a slithering snake. He's going to find his way out of it. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Damn.
And I pray for him, his family, and I hope they all figure it out.
But
I called him.
You called him a snake, but the snake got you.
Yeah, they do. They get around you and that whole real tight. That whole real tight. But that's also me. I mean, I love love. And when I meet someone, I'm a Cancer. And when I meet someone who reciprocates that, nothing else really matters. It's how you make me feel. I'm very intentional. So if your intentions towards me feel authentic and it feels real, I'm going to trust that. And that's just how I live my life experience.
I do want to say, though, Porsha, you are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
So I can see why a man would want to be in this country illegally to be with you. So do you feel like it's kind of your fault, just a little?
I think it's the country's
issue
fault.
do you mean,
I think
Porsha?
he's having
Do you
a whole
mean
issue
scamming the
that
United
started
States?
before I was
Let's
even
keep
born. That's unfortunately, it's just come to the shit didn't hit the fan. It just is what it is at this point. For
where
him.
is it at right now? Because the last reports were like he's detained, the citizenship was denied. Like, so where is he physically, and like what's happening right now?
So I only know as much as you guys know, and as much as what's online.
What do you mean you only know as much as we know? Bravo didn't tell you that Simon's in Dubai? I'm just asking.
As far as I know, they've been posting that he's still being detained. So
In Georgia.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that much. I just know I'm trying to finish my divorce, and I can't do that if I don't have a person to divorce.
Now, Porsha, you know he could still show up via Zoom. Why would you want everyone to think that you have to remain married to this man because he's been deported?
Really?
So-
They got to be out to do it?
We need
You
to
gotta sign.
be
You gotta-
in court.
yeah, in
Yeah.
court.
Well, he wanted to have our last court date, which was just a week ago. He asked for it to be in person. I didn't want it to be in person because I knew this whole thing. When I got
What you
enlightened
mean
about
you
the
knew
whole
this whole thing, so you did call ICE?
No, I knew that
Shut
he
up, man.
already had a peculiar situation with the United States of
gotcha.
America.
Peculiar? Do you mean fraudulent? Let us know what peculiar means. I really do believe she just let the cat out the bag. I mean, it's obvious who called ICE. I mean, if you believe that Porsha didn't call ICE, then you don't want to believe it. Simon has been hiding from them people over 2 decades. And then all of a sudden, during the final phase of the divorce, he gets deported. No. That's got Porsha written all over it. But I'm not hating people. I am not hating. I love Porsha. Porsha's going to bring the Real Housewives of Atlanta back to where they belong, and that's in the #1 spot. I'm also being told that this season we're going to see Porsha's baby definitely on the show. And I'm not talking about PJ, whose real name is Pilar. I'm talking about that house. That house is her baby, and she's going to fight like hell to keep it. Even though she still owns her home that she had before she met Simon. It's 10,000 square feet. It's a beautiful home too, but it's not as nice as Simon's house. Just take a look at these pictures. I mean, y'all really can't really hate on Porsha. Don't hate on Porsha, hate on the game. This house is stunning, okay? $7 million? If Porsha gets this damn house, we gotta go ahead and label her what she is. The queen, people. She will be the queen. She came in, according to some of y'all, stole Fallon's man. Okay? Divorced him a year later and walks away with a $7 million home that she cannot qualify for on her own. Don't hate on Porsha. Hate on the game. Okay, people? So let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Do you think that Porsha's plan of keeping this house by claiming Simon to be a fraud, do you think that will work? Or do you believe none of this? Do you think that Porsha does not intend to do Simon dirty? Let me know. In the meantime, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.